On today's episode of Car Clean Rescue, it's a race against the clock as Team Epic take on a neglected Volkswagen that's been left to bake in the sun for years. Can we pull it off, or will it be too hot to handle? Last week, I got a call from my cousin Matt. He told me my auntie had just bought a VW Up, and she wanted to get it detailed ready for its new lease of life. At first, I didn't really know what to expect. He said it was pretty new, but then he added it's basically been parked in the same spot for the last 2 years.
It is very in a hedge, and it's very green.
Despite being left for so long, it was mechanically sound.
Yeah, that is it's just new. It's just like it's been serviced. Yeah, mate, she's all good.
This honestly sounded way too good to be true. So a few days later, it turned up at my studio ready for a deep clean, but first a proper inspection. Okay, Matt, tell me about this car. How did it get in this state?
So, this was parked up for 2 years, sort of in a hedge, which has slowly grown over it. It is filthy. There's moss, there's leaves, there's bird poo all over it. It's terrible. But underneath all of this, I think it's a really nice car. It's only done 24,000 miles since new.
For real?
Yeah, genuinely. And it's a 2016 plate.
The good thing is that there's not a lot of dirt in here. The bad thing is, for any bit of dirt that is in here, we have VW carpets and they're just horrible to work with. Despite the dried leaves and spider webs, we were feeling confident. But later on in the video, you will soon see why that positivity diminished. The state of that glass, you can barely see the hex lights through there.
This is the hedge side. Definitely the worst side, this one.
There's a lot of spores of mould and pollen, but there's nothing we can't really just clean over. I reckon for this, no pressure washer, no steamer, just a spray with a citrus pre-wash and a wipe with a cloth. So I like our chances of cleaning this in terms of the car's condition. I don't like our chances based on the weather outside and the fact we've got about 3 hours to get this done and filming at the same time.
We can live with those odds. Let's get going.
Oh no, Matt.
What's wrong?
Had you got here at 8:30, like you said, instead of 11:30, we could have got the car done and filmed it before the sun came out.
It's not that sunny outside. I could see you tanning almost immediately.
Yeah. Oh dear. With the garage door open, it was time to glove up, fill up and face the filth. The temperature may have been high, but so were our spirits. And we weren't going to let a little bit of heat ruin our day. And what better place to start than the dirtiest part of the car, the wheels. We are really going to struggle with this today, Matt. Thankfully, this is a good chemical that's going to dwell for as long as possible, but the heat of these tyres already.
Yeah.
We've only been out here 2 minutes.
In the sun, it's not ideal.
We decided to work on one wheel at a time. Well, that was the plan anyway, because with these spokey alloys, it's never going to be quick. You need skinny brushes to reach the dirt in the hiding gaps, and not forgetting a little bit of patience. For this clean, I'm using Infinity Wax Citrus Pre-Wash to tackle the lower third, which to be fair wasn't what I would call a serious challenge, and the pre-wash certainly made light work of any algae on the front of the car. The weather was definitely not on our side, so we had to act fast with the snow foam, but then we faced another problem. The main problem that I was seeing was all this pollen that had just embedded its way in over the many years. This is going to be so difficult, Matt. That sun is really intense. So this chemical, I mean, that's been on for about a minute now, and I'm already getting a bit worried that we're going to have to get this off as soon as possible.
Really? And you want that sort of time for it to soak, I assume?
Yeah, so for the snow foam to do its job properly, you need it to dwell for as long as possible, but without drying. So you've got to get that fine balance in the middle, and unfortunately, I mean, you can see on the windscreen, we just haven't got that luxury. This could only mean one thing. We had to rinse the bodywork immediately to keep it cool and just hope the algae spots would come out before we put it back in the studio. This rinse felt endless, as if the car was hiding a secret. What appeared to look like a relatively clean car kept unleashing waves of leaves from the door shuts and the crevices. Every time we thought we were done, more would appear. And we couldn't risk starting the contact wash until every single one was gone. With the pre-wash out of the way, we wasted no time jumping into the shampoo stage,
where we had an opportunity to test out the new Korean microfiber wash mitt from Fibre King. And just as we were about to move on, we spotted a bug struggling caught in the surface water.
Oh!
Thankfully, he made a full recovery and now lives with Matt on the weekends to keep him company. After frantically battling against the sunlight, we finished a contact wash and got the VW back into the studio. And as usual, we started off with a towel dry on the larger sections and then jumped on with the car dryer to focus on the door shuts and the grills. The next task for today's clean was the engine bay area.
So what I'm doing here is just spraying a citrus pre-wash, avoiding some of the electrical components, and I'm just going to wipe it up with a microfiber cloth, and that should be really all we need to do.
This was probably one of the easiest engine bay cleans I've ever faced. However, for every situation that seems easy, another one issues a truckload of problems. And as we soon discovered, the true extent of leaving a car in the same position for 2 years left us a huge task of trying to correct badly damaged paint on the roof.
Oh, hang on.
Really?
Second attempt. Yes, we are making progress. Oh, thank goodness. I was a little worried then. I was like, how far can we go?
Hasn't had a clean for about 4 years, this car. It's been sitting, doing nothing for 2. So I was a little bit worried the roof might be too far gone.
It looks like so far at this point, we've got rid of a good, I would say, 80%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing.
So I think one more hit and that should do it.
Oh my, I can see you in the roof now. There's definite progress.
We were relieved that we could fix the roof, however it did set us back a couple of hours to correct. So shortly after, we kicked it up a notch, got our heads down and put in an almighty shift. Whilst I was on polishing duty, Matt jumped onto the glass and then the tyres. Once the car was polished, we quickly sprayed some panel wipe over so we could have a perfect surface to apply sealant to. And as we were sorting the last few bits, it gave us a chance to reflect on the job, which didn't seem to be as terrible as we first thought. Now, all these cars we feature on this new series are cleaned entirely for free. We don't charge a penny. And bearing in mind this was Matt's mother, my auntie's car, we wanted to make sure it was extra special for her. So now, the results.